for a new song. This song is Springshe. It is one word, but it's pronounced, not Springshe, but the she is there. So Springshe, and it's in G, which rhymes with E, which is you're in studio E, which is really cool because we're going to do Springshe. Wait, with the bells. Wait. So, I am going to first show you a part that's not even in the beginning of this. Because in the beginning it looks pretty complicated, but it's not. It's a big thumb song in the right-hand guitar part. The thumb plays two notes a lot. So like if you just slant your hand up a little bit, you can get two notes down, two letters down. And you could do it on the sharps too, but mainly in this one, I think it's mostly in the letters. And actually, while I'm on this page right here, you can see B and A right just smushed together. Well, that is my thumb. And then my second finger is the E, and my third finger is the F sharp, and my little finger is the B. And the bass is the letter name. So what do I have there? I have a G, which is a G, some kind of G, and then I have the 2. I don't have the letter name in the right-hand guitar part because I don't need it. Then I have the 3. Then I have the 6, which is a legal sweet note. Then I have the major 7, and then I have the 3. And this is a great example of what you can use your thumb to add a note into a chord. And even if I go to the next chord, which is a more complicated chord, not complicated, but it's thumbed, but keeping those still A and B, and I just move this left hand down 1/2 step, and it becomes the minor third and the 4, all legal sweet notes in a minor chord. And so it is F sharp minor 4, with the common tone of the 4 from the 3 of the G. In the back of my mind, I've thought about bringing some whiteboards on here to remind everyone of the rules that are the addition rules, because, instead of just putting them on the screen all the time, the idea is you memorize them. There are lessons here on KEYSongs to find exactly what I'm talking about and break it down note by note and addition by addition. But basically, there's two types of chords, a major chord or a minor chord. And in a major chord, I like the 2, the 6, the 7, or the major 7, depending on whether you have a jazz or a pretty sound. And in the minor chord, I like the 2, the 4, and the 7, and the 6. So you might think, oh, well, that sounds like about everything. Well, it's not everything, because if you really look at all the other notes that are there, they're pretty sour and illegal. So, it's a demonstration of legal notes. Here's in a major 7 and in a minor 7. There it is. There's the F sharp minor 7. There's the 4, a nice pretty note. And of course, I'm just doubling, octaving. And now watch this one. B minor 7, B minor 7, 4. Again, a legal, pretty sweet note. So I have big fat chord, G, major 7, not 7. 7 is fine too, but in this one I want a pretty major 7. So I'm going to use a major 7 always throughout the whole song, because F sharp's a common tone technology. And then here's F sharp. See, I can still play an F. It still sounds. And then watch. No matter what, I have a common tone in F sharp. It's a major 7. It's the 1 in the F sharp minor 7. Oh, and then I had this B minor 7, and then I walk down to. Hey, let me show it to you though in a different sense here. When I always get into these distracted phone calls and decide to tangent off into something that I'm not really trying to do. What I'm trying to demonstrate here is if I could put it to close together, okay, it would be very easy to play. Now, even though there's a lot of notes here, look at all these notes. They're actually duplicated notes. It is showing what you can do if you're right close. Like, if I just break it down just here, just between you here, it's like the 1, the major 7, the 2, the 3, and the 5. It was a nice basic G major 7 2, right? And now by just shifting, and this is how I made up the song from here, I just shifted a little bit right with my right hand, and I got to, and I did a crossover, or crossover with my second finger over my thumb, and I got F sharp minor 7, F sharp 2, here's the F sharp, here's the 2, minor 5, 7, not major 7, but 5. And then I move right to a B minor 7. Here's a B minor, but it's all the way up here. With a 4 and the 4 in the melody. But a 4 is a legal sweet note. So I got, and then I walk down to A. And the fourth time I made a fraction chord by a crossover really close to where I am of a G major 7, just a pure G major 7, but I put a 2, but it's not a 2 in the guitar. It's a bass fraction chord. And that is what is the end of the verse. Is that after the 3 times of this, walk down A, walk down A, and then that's the 3rd time, right? But don't walk down A. Let's stay on A and make it a G major 2, G major 7 2. Sorry, with an A bass. 6. Where's the 6? I can just make all of them. I'm putting all the additions in the major chord with an A bass. But then I'm going back to the G major 7, F sharp minor 7, B minor 7 4. It's all right, so tight close there. But if I spread it apart, here it goes. It's by thumb. Watch thumb. Oh, here's one. Minor 3rd and the 4, all legal sweet notes in the minor chord. The 4 pressed with just the thumb. It makes me to. It also makes it so I can go an octave and a 2 to a 2 way up top there and stretch, because I've been really just going an octave because I don't have that big reach. So I maybe an octave and to make a 2. Here go. Look at that crossover. 2 over thumb. 2 over thumb. Oh, that's part of the rhythming. Watch my thumb. Filling in the blanks. Watch the thumb. Well, that's tomorrow. And then I go a little turn, a little twirl. And look at that crossover. I still have the crossover on the G major 7 with an A bass, but on the G major 7, the major 7 being right there, I'm crossing over with my 2. I'm not starting with my thumb up on the sharp. No, my thumb's just playing a nice G, a little crossover, and I'm actually just crossing over right there. It's so great. And then I have and then I just, because I had that already had my second finger up there, I have my thumb free to go back and make a 6. And a 6 in a major 7 and 2 is completely legal and sweet. And with that 6, I'm going to make a little rhythm. Here's a 2 with a rhythm. Hear it? Watch. Thumb. And then that twirl. ED. And melody. It's a warping. Yes.
Hey, here on Springshe, I'm going to get into this part in the middle part. This is what it is. It starts wide
like 2, which is off the major chord. The 2 is right there with my thumb to the 3, 2 to 3, the 5, the major 7, and so it's a major 7 bass song with F sharp, as I was saying, is a common tone. And so then it's really close down here. It can be inverted all the way down to here. If I take this F sharp here and I go down to here, take this F sharp up here and I go down to here, it's inverted and it's really close. And this is how the song was written. It was really right with the G major 7, G down here, the major 7. It was written right here, and then close by is an F sharp minor 7. Look at this. If I take B and D and then I just go up to F sharp and E, isn't that pretty? It's almost like they're sister and brother because they go together. But now this makes F sharp as the bass. So the first one was as if I went just half step up here on the bass to G, made the major 7, and then when I went down to the letter name of F sharp, it went right to the F sharp. So anyways, I have the 2, the 3, and the 5, and the major 7. And then if I just move a couple notes, I get this crossover, like I was talking about. The crossover of the thumb is so cool. And I have the 2 of the F sharp, and the 5 of the F sharp, and the 7 of the F sharp. So I go from this, with my thumb up on a sharp, to a crossover. Look at that shift in my hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, straight on the F sharp, A, B, D, to the crossover. I'm going over the minor third. There's a minor third right there. Remember, your letter name is in the left hand, not in the right hand. And then I'm going to this, which is a really cool open minor 7, B minor 7, 4, and resolve right to a B minor 7. Believe it or not, that looks like that G major 7 too, doesn't it? But if you have a B in the bass, it's a B to B minor 7. So I've got a G major 7 if I have this same chord, and if I move up just to B, I got a B minor 7. But it's all related in the song because that F sharp is a common tone throughout the whole song. It's common tone, and so you can play F sharp with any of the chords. Here's the F sharp. Here's the F sharp. Play an F sharp. And here's a B minor 7, 4. The F sharp is the 5. Is the 5th. So it's right. And that last chord that I was talking about, that fraction chord with a G with an A bass, and then crossing over to it becomes a G major 7 with an A bass. Look at F sharp. It's still the common tone. So I have all these close chords of G major 7 right here, and then I cross over quick. Oh, look at that quick. To F sharp minor 7 2, and then B minor 7 4, then that resolves B minor 7, and then walking down just back to G to an A. So listen, watch it move. Walk down the A in the bass. You have the same thing at the beginning as you do this. Right here. That's the melody, right? And so, but in the second part of the verse, I just keep it tight. And I just do like a rhythm, that's what you see right here. This did it. That's just a rhythm of that solid chord. That's just breaking that chord. I'm holding down the melody note or the top note of the chord, and I'm just making a rhythm with the bottom notes. But I always from that same position, that solid position, to that crossover. Even if I'm gonna make a rhythm, short, long. Even if I'm gonna make a rhythm like that, I'm not going to stop. I'm not gonna, whatever. So I'm not gonna change. I mean, and then right close is that B minor 7. Let me just go to the next section here, and then to the G major 7 2 with an A bass. I can use all the pretty legal tones that you can to walk on a G major 7, because it's G major 7 with an 8, and what are those notes? Well, that's what I was talking about here. Having a board that I can hold up here so you can see this when I ever bring this up occasionally, especially if it's right side up. Okay, so here it is. So in a major, you can have a 7 or a major 7, depending on what you're doing at that moment of that chord. In this case, we're using major 7 because G major 7 has that F sharp common tone that we want in the song. But then look at these other notes that I can use. I can use the 6, I can use the +4, and I can use the 2. That's along with the major chord. So along with the 1, 3, 5, I can use the 2 and the +4 and the 6. So with those notes there, I can, in a major chord, I can walk from this. Watch, here's a major 7, right? Now look, E is the 6, F major 7 is the major 7, 1 is the 1, and A is the 2. Watch. It's like a natural, legal, sweet note walk. Isn't that cool? I don't know what's going on with the sound, man. Isn't that cool? I better reset this. I'm going to reset it. I don't know what's going on with the sound, man. I reset the whole thing here. I just reset it. Uh-oh. I was going to reset that over there. So what happens is I got this walk that I can do legal with those notes. 6, major 7, 1, 2. And I just kind of accent that final note that I arrived on, A. So I go. And then back to the beginning. So listen to that. I just jamming it. Remember, underneath notes that I'm just doing this are just playing some rhythms underneath it. And I'm just playing against it with my left hand. I'm just playing note, either the letter name or the fifth in between, as always the rule is. But I'm just alternating between them, or just kind of rocking back and forth, or just playing it like... Right? There's a fifth in it, right? Here we go. Walk down to A. And the bass player is supposed to do that, and he's going to do it. Well, there's a slum going under. There you go. And then the fraction chord of G with an A bass with that crossover, but then walking like this. Listen to it. Walk down A. Walk down A. And then the fraction. I'm even playing the fraction bass note. And the walk. Thumbing all these notes together. Look, the 1, the 2, the 3, the 5. I'm just playing all my fingers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But look how many notes I'm playing. Playing more than 5, played 6 because I have the thumbing. And a fraction note, a G major 7, 2, all little sweet note, major 7, 2 again, A bass. And then I accent. Here it is on the accent. Dee-doo, 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 dee-doo. Back to the beginning. And then a little further along here, I hit here. Rhythming underneath. But here, we've seen this chord so many times, just to analyze. Here's at the very end of the verse, right here. There's that underneath with a long hold of a melody note of a D. I hope you guys can see the highlighting that my pointer is making. That's why I'm kind of slightly looking here and not looking here, because I'm looking here. Does that looking there make any difference? I don't think so. So D is the top here, and then B all the way before this. B4 I always think it's kind of cool that we're doing Springshe in G, which rhymes with E, in studio E. All right, anyway, so look at this here. The common chord of the thumb A and B, the second finger on E, the third finger on F sharp, and the little finger on B, playing the melody. There's a melody. And there's a thumbing of two notes right here, A and B. I'm going to shift my hand down here, and then there's a little rhythmic out of the chord, like a broken, same chord, same notes, just the chord. See, when there are chord symbols on the top, all the notes underneath it match. They don't go out of it. They don't go out of it, except that they're legal sweet notes. Then they can go out of it. But if they're legal and sweet only, can they do that? And that's what I'm showing a lot here. Is these notes are whether depending. If you are upside down again. If you are in a minor, then you're going to use something different. Well, if you're in a minor, then you're going to use something different. You're going to use the 4 instead of the +4. You're still going to use the 2, and you're going to still use the 6. Oh, and you're going to use the 7 instead of the choice. You don't have the choice. Can you see this? Wait, hold on. I guess it would help if you could see this. You would have the choice. You'd have the choice. Both have the 2s. One has a +4. The major has a +4, and the minor has the 4. And then these are the sweet illegal addition notes that I'm always talking about. And then the major has the choice to have a 7 or a major 7. But in the minor, you only have the 7. There's no. There is a major minor 7, but it's not. It's for a special occasion. You can use it anytime you want to for a special occasion. I'm just saying in this case, I'm not going to use it. But so you have this basic thing, and then look at the left hand here. It's all octaves. It looks so complicated, but it's not. Octaves or the 5th of the octave, or a little anticipation note. Like here's, F sharp. It's coming to the B. A little anticipated. The note, the chord is anticipated a little bit. Like as you can see, here's a B minor 7 2 4 or B minor 7 4, but yet there's the 5th of it before. Like I'm using the 5th of the chord. I'm prefacing the chord symbol coming by hitting the 5th of that chord that's coming instead of the one that was just before. I just got to figure out this language of this little rule here. I haven't quite figured it out, but it's the preceding 5th of the letter you're going to land on is what you're aiming for. Sometimes. It's a rule that's jiggling around and I haven't quite figured it out. All right. So, okay. So here, so I'm coming out of this, and then that fraction, okay, of the G major 7 with a hold, and then into the closeness. Oh, and I do have the 6 here. Look, it's legal. It's in the major. So is the minor too. The 6 is here's the 6. Here's 1 3 5 6 of G 1 3 5 6. Here's a 6. Here's a major 7. Here's a 2. I'm using every single addition note that I can in a major 7 chord, along with the bass, which is playing G, with a 5th in between. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? And then back to that crossover of what? The F sharp minor 7 2. There it is. The 2, the minor. There's straight minor 7 with a 2, but it looks completely different, right? Because you can't see the F sharp in the right hand because it's in the left hand bass part. And then that F open B minor. You're assuming the minor 3, I know, but it's a B minor 7 because it's right there. Where you're going to resolve to. It's like almost a lead into, almost a susing to a minor 3rd. But it's a minor 4 all the way through. And then the walk down of A. And then the one little thing that I do that's really cool is in the second part of the verse melody, I go high. And so the first time it goes down to the 4. But then, in the second time, it goes high. Watch. Wait a minute. Wait, melody?
Instead of going. This time it goes. That's sweet. I like that little twist that I put in there from jamming and jamming and jamming and jamming the chords of G major 7, F sharp minor 7 2, B minor 7 2, B minor 7 4, over and over again. And I found that melody. And then I found that B part of the verse melody. Watch. Oh, I said a fat chord. Let's analyze that one. Minor 7 with a 4 with my thumb. And then the 4 is also in the melody. So I'm actually accenting. And then the 5, the 7, the 2. And then watch the just resolve it right with my little finger. Isn't that pretty? Back to the beginning one. That's the third time we've done it, So now we have the fraction chord of G major 7 with an A bass. G major 7 with an A bass. Walk down A. Right? That is Springshe. Rhymes with Studio E. Why is Studio E cool? Everything that begins with E in music and rhymes with E. That's what the capital E stands for. Well, it also means free. Free rhymes with E. And that means there's no hidden charges in Studio E. You can find all my music over on KEYSongs at Facebook. And you can print it and you can play it. And it's no charge and no hidden charges anywhere. Download it, print it, and play it. And write on it and learn some chords out of it and to write your own songs. That's what the whole purpose of this whole thing is. So you will write songs of your own. Be inspired to write songs because all these songs, I'm self-taught, all these songs are just fooling around. Didn't even know what chords I was playing at the time I was playing them. And then after I played them, then I was, I was impressed. I guess I was impressed. I was. And because I remembered, I liked the sound of it so much. And so since I liked the sound of it, I kept it and remembered it. And then when MIDI came out years later and I was able to play it and it would write it and then I could chord it on top of it and then I can now show it to you all and share it with everyone. So it took all that time and all these songs are mine that I want to give away to everyone because otherwise I don't know where they're going to go. And I think they're really fun songs. And they go round and round and round and round. And so you can jam them and jam them and jam them and jam them.